Welcome back for another episode of the Sarasota County Schools In Tune podcast. I'm Chris Parento, your host for today's episode. And today we're talking about a very important topic, our summer food program. This program has continued to grow each year, serving meals across the county to keep kids fed while school is out. Joining me today for this discussion are Sara Dan, Director of Food and Nutrition Services for Sarasota County Schools, Nina Harrelson from All Faiths Food Bank, and Dawn Page from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Sarasota and DeSoto counties. Sara, we'll start with you. Can you just briefly explain the summer feeding program and why it's so important to our students, our families, and our community?
The Summer Break Spot, or Summer Food Service Program, is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, and it's to bridge the gap in the summer months when students will not have access to the regular feeding programs like the National School Lunch and Breakfast Program.
How long has the district been offering this program throughout the summer?
Our community partnership started in 1997. During that time, there was some funding cuts and there was no summer school. And our department realized that we weren't going to have access for students over the summer months. And that's when we started partnering with community organizations. Then the following school year, summer school came back. And so that's kind of when it all started and has expanded ever since.
Dawn and Nina, I'll ask each of you the same question. Talk about how important it is as community partners to be a part of this process for the summer to make sure that students are able to still get fed.
All Faiths Food Bank truly cannot do this alone. We really rely on our partners and the other organizations within the community that we work with to help get food to children. So finding those areas where children are going to be during the summer, so maybe they're at a library, they're at a summer camp, early learning center, and bringing the food to them there. And we know that transportation is an issue for so many families, so making those locations convenient is important too.
Our kids come to our program every day, Monday through Friday, and with this, they are able to get breakfast and lunch through this program. We are also lucky enough in some of our more needy communities that we also feed them dinner. So the fact that they are getting those meals, and then with our partnership with All Faiths, we're also able to provide them with food for the weekend. So that makes sure that those kids have something to eat all summer long.
Who is eligible to participate? It's not just students of Sarasota County Schools or students who are a part of the Boys and Girls Club over the summer, right?
This program is open to any child 18 years or younger. So that's great because they don't need to be part of Sarasota County Schools or part of the Boys and Girls Club or part of other organizations like libraries or whatever. Any child can go to an open site, receive a meal. Now, they do have to consume it on site, but it's available the whole time the program's being operated.
And during the summer months, All Faiths Food Bank also operates mobile food pantries throughout the community where anyone can come. So not just children, families, veterans, seniors, anyone can come and pick up fresh groceries at any of our mobile food distributions.
What types of meals are provided and will these students have access to?
On Monday through Thursday, it's a hot lunch. So it's things like breaded drumsticks, cheeseburgers. We're continuing to finalize the menu for this summer, but we offer fresh fruits and vegetables throughout the week. And then on Fridays, it's typically a cold meal. That is because our staffing decreases and a lot of our programs don't operate on Friday. It just depends on the location. Our community partners, though, are often open Monday through Friday.
Are there any special accommodations for students that may have dietary restrictions?
We do work with students as best we can during the summer months. Sometimes there are some constraints, but we really do try to service our students that are participating in the program as best we can.
When will this begin? How long does it run? And then where will they be offered?
It starts on June 4th. It will be closing on July 25th, which is Friday. We would love to keep it open until the end of summer. Unfortunately, we've got to get ready for the school year for our students coming back. However, as Nina had said earlier, those mobile pantries are a great resource when there's breaks. We try to constantly advertise those so families know where they can get assistance throughout the summer and the school year as well.
And we have more than 750 different opportunities every single month where families can come pick up food, and they can find those locations on our website, allfaithfoodbank.org/foodfinder. We have all the schedules, and you can find something close to where you live.
Are they typically in similar areas from month to month based on need?
Yes, we have specific partners and organizations we work with, and all of our pantries are predetermined, and we have the schedule throughout the year. And so families can go to the same pantry every month if that's what works best for them, or they can go to a different one if, let's say, something's closer to their job and that works better for them. They can go to whichever pantry in the county they choose.
At the Boys and Girls Club, we continue to feed the members for the last couple of weeks when we don't have the food program through the school district.
Is this option of food throughout the summer something that is a selling point for families to be a part of the Boys and Girls Club over the summer?
Absolutely. Just knowing that their child has a meal, at least breakfast and lunch. At some of our locations, we also offer a dinner meal. So it is a definite selling point to know that their kids are taken care of.
Sara, when we talk about a school site for food and a community site, what's the difference, and is there a difference in who is eligible to get meals at one of those sites?
Our school sites are all the schools that will be open through the month of June for summer school programming. We're required to have them be open sites, meaning that a family could come to those locations and have their child receive a breakfast or a lunch.
So that the community can kind of grasp the importance and significance of this program. How many meals are we talking about that were distributed last summer?
Last summer, we did 105,000 meals. That's breakfast and lunch throughout the community.
How has this program evolved over the years based on feedback from those who are receiving the meals and also just changing needs of the community?
Initially, we did cold meals, and that we found was really difficult in the summertime. They were sandwiches, kids didn't eat them. So when we went to a hot meal, we really found the kids ate. It was 2014 when we started the partnership with All Faiths. We really saw the need to add breakfast. Again, just serving lunch, if a student doesn't eat breakfast, that can contribute to behavior problems. The community sites, we saw the need.
Families are struggling to put food on the table, so the backpack program where we distribute snacks to students, that's increasing every year. We distributed more than 300,000 backpacks to students last year, and more families are coming to us for help, and it is distressing to see that number continue to rise. And so we're just doing our best to work together so we can make sure no one in our community is hungry.
One of the things that happened in the very beginning of the partnership between All Faiths and Sarasota was we were able to help them in DeSoto County. So we helped start their summer program out there because the school district was just feeding just the school district. There was no community feeding that went on. That was actually birthed from that partnership that started. It's kind of a neat thing. It's something I'm very proud of because I was the supervisor over that program and had to get it up and running. They have a site out in DeSoto County as a result, and that wasn't available until just recently.
Thank you all so much for being here for this conversation. For more information about this program, including dates and locations where meals will be served, you can go to sarasotacountyschools.net and search Summer Feeding Programs. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and we hope you'll join us again for the next episode of the Sarasota County Schools In Tune podcast.